well. So what's the latest news? What have you been practicing so far?
Um, I switched, support. I switched over from console to PC like in January. So
Nice.
recently. Um, and I've been struggling a bit to play a bit. I mean, with the re-rank thing, I've been struggling. I feel like I'm not getting enough impact. I'm trying to play Ana. I tried to play Moira. I feel like some games I do well. I kind of carry, but I do end up losing still. So I kind of like want to see what are the things, the major things that I need to improve. Kind of do a reset.
Yeah, sure, makes sense. Is there anything specific what you seem like to struggle with more at the moment?
I feel like now that like the thing that I struggle with the most right now is defending myself. I haven't changed my positioning, but I feel like they've nerfed Ana's damage and they've nerfed Ana's. Well, they boosted it again now a bit, but the nade. So when I get dove on, I'm finding it hard. I'm finding it hard to survive. That's why I'm playing a bit more now, like Moira, Kiriko, like more easily survivable heroes. Because when I get dived on by one or two, before I used to have a fighting chance, now much less. Because you need to four tap an opponent and stuff like that. I feel like it's much harder now.
Okay.
So so positioning for me, I find myself playing a little bit further back than I'd like, but then I can't get good nades in. I can't get try to get a sleep. So finding the right balance, I find it very hard, especially that now I'm stuck in diamond.
Right.
I used to be GM. I reached up to GM2 on console, but yeah, now I'm kind of stuck.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can take a look. Just do quick refreshment, see what you can start working on first. Do you have any replays we can take a look at?
Yeah, I have two. One that is a win, and one that is a loss.
Yeah, as
Uh,
usual, we can do whatever you think where you played your best, but it was kind of close one. That is usually the best one to review.
um, I think the one that I just sent you is better because the other one I play Ana with a Moira, and I feel like I'm not doing enough, so I switch off Ana on the second. It was like a capture the point. King of the Hill map. So the second round I switch off and it's kind of useless because I went Mercy and stuff and I don't want to really focus on that. So maybe the first code that I sent you.
Yeah, sure. We can do that first one. Yeah, so it's this Gibraltar game.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you see my stream just fine?
Yeah, it's loading. 1 sec. Yeah, now I'm there.
Okay, let's take a look. So some problems defending yourself. Well, positioning, ability usage. Let's take a look at that first. Okay, so some support on your window. That makes sense. Taking space here. Right. Some of the attention towards the SIG. Okay. So something to start with right away. What do you think about your general position on this map? What are you looking for here on this map?
I want to take high ground. So I mean, the team needs to take high ground. So it depends on where the other healer will play. If the healer, for example, like went behind the Junkrat and the Sigma, I would have stayed on the cart, and this way I have visibility on the Widow and on my guys who are trying to push, right?
Okay.
But because my Moira is on a flank, and I'm seeing the two go up, and I know I won't be able to heal if I'm down at the bottom. This is why I kind of follow them.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, but fundamentally, you kind of would play around the card usually. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. If the Moira, let's say, if the Moira was behind the junk, I would have stayed on the payload.
Yeah.
Maybe just a fraction of a second, try to throw in a nade or throw in a sleep if I feel comfortable, and then go back directly to the to the payload. But mostly, I would just stay on the payload.
Right. I see that. Okay. So yeah, in general, with your position is just looking for the long range sightlines. Usually, it's more comfortable. For example, on this map, people usually take the stairs, fighting for the high ground, so you're able to see everything here, and then later you can kind of rotate towards here. But if there are things like, if you're trying to enable these guys in the room, the start, you see the receiving critical pressure, I think that makes sense. It's just something we will be usually leaning towards, usually trying to lean towards those more long range angles. But when you're doing this, I think you have to look for higher quality of what are we doing with our, it's either just normal pressure or how you use your cooldown. So let's think here for a second. Yeah, what do you think? Just landing a snake, maybe even playing, using your sleep dart there. What's your opinion? How can you increase quality?
Yeah, here I was trying to. I saw he was critical, but I couldn't see how much life he had.
Battery
So
low.
wait, why is it telling me battery low? Oh,
Oh,
it's your battery's low.
it's yeah, I think it's me. Sorry.
It's you.
So-
Okay. I was like, what battery?
no, don't worry. Don't worry.
So here I mean, here was the mistake, but why did I do it? Because I saw critical. I didn't see the healing bar, I think. And I kind of wanted to heal him, but I saw the diva there. So if you see, I tried to throw it on the side.
Right.
So that it doesn't get eaten as much as possible. So, you know, if I would have seen his real life and that he started to suck, because he started to suck, I think, late, I wouldn't have thrown anything.
Yeah.
I would have just chilled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think the intention there makes sense though, overall. Yeah. Is you seeing critical pressure, you're trying to sow the nade. Okay, I like the nade on the side now. How I would increase the quality of this, because whenever you're trying to apply pressure, you're trying to, well, it doesn't matter, maybe you nade the enemy, or maybe you nade your own teammate, try to place your nade not on the same level with their defensive abilities. It's sort of, let's say here, because it's easier, usually the crosshair of the diva, if she's trying to pressure the sigma, it's just kind of on the center, well, maybe on the headshot level, kind of on the head level. So for example, here, well, they point in a little bit lower, but still, yeah, they usually start with the headshot level, and your idea with your nades is try to place your nade as far away as possible from their crosshair, but you're still gonna be able to land the nade either on your teammates or the diva. Yeah, so, and you see, like, even with this side nade, there's a big potential that it will be eaten because it's kind of almost on the same level with the crosshairs. So you might nade a little bit differently, I think. You maybe place it, well, what do you think? Wait, what do you think about just maybe placing it just you know, not here on the wall, but instantly aiming towards, I don't know, like the stairs, or even to the left, actually. So where you kind of take this off-angle nade, if that makes sense. So it's kind of be harder for them to move their abilities. Yeah, it just takes a little bit more time, slightly more time. Yep, just notice where they're pointing their crosshair and try to play so you nade away from the crosshair while hitting something, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's kind of this. A sleep dart, well, you mainly just want to try to, I think, against the characters like Diva especially, might be tough, but trying to bait out the Matrix with usually your melee might be useful, because it looks the same way as the start of your sleep animation, so it might be a little bit better as well.
Yeah,
just some small mechanical things like that. I guess it's really niche, but to be honest, whenever you're gonna be pushing the highest level, and you've been GM already at Xbox, I think just doing something like that, increasing the quality of your pressure, might be useful. it's not like it's gonna win you the fight all the time, of course, but it's just at least we're farming a little bit of wool charge. Maybe you're prolonging the life of your teammates or your own life. Let's see.
Yeah.
After you guys got, so you gotta reset here. Let's see. What do you do next? Okay, some of the attention on the Genji, sure. So the nade right there. Let's see. So what do you think about that nade there?
I think it's bad application, but I think it's a good idea because I've got I think somebody flanking on the left going there, and I got my Junkrat on the right. Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
So the nade, I think the nade is the right decision, but the application obviously it just misses everything.
I think it's good. It's just at this level, to me, it feels like we want to polish that even more. Maybe seeing it like because what kind of problem I have with this is that if we nade something here, potentially, like let's say Cassidy, if the intention is to land the Cassidy, he can easily break line of sight with his Junkrat. Maybe do not get punished by the Junkrat or Genji, and he will have anti-effect on him, but he will not be exposed anymore towards the Junkrat or the Genji. Well, Genji, because of the range, this guy's really far, and Junkrat is just, well, this corner here just allows him to instantly get out of his line of sight. So I just think kind of waiting maybe for this moment when it's either your team is pushing
they're
their
a bit
space.
more engaged. They're a bit more engaged.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to see commitment in the space. Yeah, it's either they are committing. Yeah, let's say this Cassidy is actively committing. He kind of walked past the corner. So let's call this.
Yeah, because he was.
Sorry.
If you go just a second before, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of. It's a little
see
bit.
Where he is?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because he was. I saw him. See when I throw it.
Right.
Yeah, but.
Right.
I think it's faster paced nowadays.
Yeah.
Overwatch for some reason. I don't know.
Right. You're right. I think okay, like we just can use this general rule of this is good. That's why I'm saying like the nade makes sense to me. Decision makes sense. Maybe doing it this way. So if there's a commitment in the space, yeah, let's say like okay, here the Cassidy is pushing out Junkrat. What does it mean to us is that once this Cassidy is in the middle of the rotation, just exactly between those two corners, then we maybe can commit the nade. It's where you can start doing that more confidently, sort of. This is still okay, yeah, because he walked past. It's kind of where he ended up, right there. This first yellow line, like this is one, and this is the second. But we want to just get him to the middle of something, or let's say here, corner 1. Corner 2, well, if your Cassidy walks in here, maybe your Genji is closer to corner 2 as well, then maybe using the nade on him in this case might make sense. It's just seeing if there's a commitment, yeah, because this intention makes sense. Your angle's been active, it's just slightly later. He died at the end too, so yeah, I guess you get Genji got a value. He's off angle. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, we actually rolled. I mean, we rolled them. You'll see. We actually roll them on attack. They roll us on defense.
Okay. This is not as bad here. It's just because you can punish this diva.
Here I die. I don't understand how the fuck I die. It's so annoying. Such a bad bomb.
Well, it happens. It happens, I guess. Okay.
It will happen again.
Let's see. You gotta take the position. Okay, walk up. Okay, this is also just a small thing about the rotation. This is okay in general. If you know the enemy team that have long range sightline, I would just kind of think ahead a little bit more because there's a tendency usually people fight for this blue box, trying to control this high gun, maintaining your distance if possible. If you have this time to rotate, even when fighting for this high gun, not this way where it's shorter sightline, but longer range sightline is more preferable usually. So you will not get punished as much, but you're still able to control the same amount of the space. That's what I think. It's just kind of maybe what you mentioned before to me. Yeah, why you might be punished sometimes. Yeah, why you might be maybe like dealing with all this pressure on the map is because sometimes you're choosing a little bit shorter sidelines. We can say like just based on this review, but that is what
Yeah.
I'm noticing. Yeah, maybe
Okay.
if you have
Yeah,
long
that's a
range
good point.
options, yeah, try to go there, especially against the divers like Diva, Tracers, Genji. Maintaining your range while still being able to do something is pretty useful. Nano is good. And then there's a pressure on the cart, yeah. And here it's instant thought process about where do I go, what my position can be
So
of.
here I actually was chatting with them. I was telling the Moira to actually go be aggressive because
Mm-hmm.
I can do from distance, but she can't. So I told her to
Mm.
just go.
What do you think in general, though? Who should push the cart? You or the well? Of course,
Uh,
the distance all of that.
the high mobility characters. I would say normally it would be probably the Genji actually in this comp.
Right,
It's a bit
right.
weird, but like the Genji is already there, and the Moira wanted to be on the payload, so I was
Yeah.
like between me and her, let her go.
I think at this point, if possible, it's okay for you to push the cart. It's just kind of this competitive mindset as well. If possible, in those situations, because Moira has some sort of mobility and you don't, you can let the Moira push the cart. Maybe call this out. Oh, I'm taking space or something. Why it's useful? Well, she can get in a fight at any point of time. First, second,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
also paying attention to what in your control. Maybe taking a long range sideline because you cannot sometimes
Yeah,
control
like
this guy's there. Yeah, you don't know.
right now. I mean, in my mind, here was okay to let her go because
Yeah,
here is
it's
actually a
not
good
bad.
position.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad one.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it
Exactly.
was below the airplane, I would have told her to stay on.
Right. Yeah, I think it's okay in general. Just something to keep in mind potentially. Like it's slightly better usually, especially if we're looking at the high tier play, high tier scrims maybe as well. We're trying to give stationary characters opportunity to go somewhere for a better sideline because we can find a little bit more opportunities to do early pressure and just maybe get a pick. Maybe for South important cooldown, so ultimates sometimes. That's why possibly if you can communicate that, it's even better if you can walk up. It's so yeah, just tiny things because I think whenever there's a high ranked gameplay like that, there's always like some tiny things like that. You add one and then another overall. That what improves your gameplay. I think it's just there's no really complicated stuff. It's just all of this here.
This is Diamond, by the way. This is Diamond 4 or something like that.
Yeah. Diamond 4 at the moment, it equals Masters Force 3. It's just rank, at least on PC.
Reset.
Yeah. But the rank reset is just before. Yeah, it's around Masters level, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh, of course it's just changing at the moment. People climbing up and everything, but yeah, overall. Okay. You guys should be. Oh, interesting. Let's see. So there's a. So there's kind of a similar thing, yeah. I think you have to wait for the commitment in those situations. Again, it's small, right? You're just waiting for them to kind of be in between the rotation. Not predicting.
Yeah, here I precipitated it. I heard the Mercy res. I saw my Junkrat going in. I'm like, yeah, I rushed that.
Just corner 1 to corner 2. See where's that, and in between the corners we can aim to do that, yeah? Okay, this nade for safety, save the Sigma. He's using a ship there, but yeah, it's alright. Okay, let's see. You. Let's see. Do you have time to take better position? It's just kind of again, preferably this map and any long range map in general. If there's an option you to take better position, I think you gotta try to do that. So it's just right after you've been dealing with all of that there, you're pushing back, you're trying to support these guys. So it's kind of this point here. I think try to lean towards the positions where you have access to better long range sightlines with better line of sight as well. So
would it have been better to now just reposition and leave the Junkrat there? Because So at first I was worried about the
Yeah.
Junkrat because he was hiding on the side,
Yeah,
and
this is what I think.
then I got worried a bit about the Sigma, but then I
Sigma.
went back to the Junkrat.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think it's reasonable. You can worry about them. It's just kind of see see how long you have to worry about them, but find a position where you still lean towards the opportunities to like go the better spot. So let's say, okay, the Junkrat's there. If I'm here at the stairs, I have possibility to kind of support this guy a little. Once this diva is out, maybe, okay, once he's not in danger, I recognize, okay, this diva is not after him, but she's after my sig. I'm still gonna be in the stairs. I can be in the stairs while supporting those members under attack. And once the pressure is off, yeah, once you landed the nade, like maybe here, you can instantly go up and take better position and have maybe better map control this way, better long range sideline, but potentially it's just what's important.
okay.
Well, opportunities to hit things. First, second, you can force out enemy attention as well. If somebody dives you, because you have the sleep dart with you, you can just deal with them. It's just
Yeah, for sure.
stuff
I
like
I
that.
agree with that. I just didn't feel like it's happening a bit in I don't know, maybe it's an elo thing or whatever. In GM I would have felt more comfortable repositioning, but ever since I moved to console and I've moved to PC and I'm playing with this elo, I feel like I can't. Their survivability is much lower because
Right.
like I feel like, and maybe it's a wrong feeling, but I have the perception that if somebody's low like this and I reposition, I won't have time. They will die they will die with me on the
Yeah,
way. You know.
yeah. So it's okay. You like dealing with them. Yeah. So we're saying first, no matter what, doesn't matter what Ela will play at. Yeah, we're still playing the positions, which gives us options. So like instead of here, I play here. This is 1 second. Looking at the triggers, yeah, maybe seeing just not playing by the feel exactly, but looking at the resources. Yeah, are they actively committing resources at this point of time? So for example, now when Diva is using boosters, this is something what might be dangerous. Okay, you start paying attention to Sigma because Diva was using boosters. Maybe the nade is not even needed because Sigma rock the Sigma rock the Diva there. But it's just we're paying attention only when there's active commitment with, I think, especially their cooldowns, like their rockets, their boosters. Anything before that, you can kind of treat it as like moments of downtime. Of course, these guys are low HP and everything, but when there's no commitment, they can get support. There's also a passive as well, so it's just quite important. You've seen them how they play
Okay.
around the cover. Yeah. I think just look into that. There's definitely would be enough time. Yeah, you probably would do the nade here. And once this diva does this, you notice, oh, okay, this guy's actually, he's with Moira. It 2 guys versus the diva. You just needed that as well. So he receives faster healing. You go up, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I can even go up from the back as well. It's
yeah, of
probably
course.
even safer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah, it's just kind of having this instant kind of thought about setting up your own pressure, because here I just don't like us having limited sidelines. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Just better potential. Yeah, better potential with the pressure on your side. For the most part, yeah, there's good sleep and
then I die.
in you okay, and you see that actually you pressuring what? You're pressuring this corner. Imagine you the entire time you've been sitting here, and the diva bomb happens. You can easily dodge that as well, I guess. And it just kind of feels like this batter off angle where
Yeah.
we can still hide from the pressure. Yeah, let's say she fully commits in you. Well, your core can push up. If she fully commits on your core, then you can do something just a bit more towards an enemy. Yeah, I like this overall. Yeah, mechanics. This is fine. You shooting the right members as well. Just polishing this seems like position. Well, nade usage. Maybe, yeah, even sleep, well, you can bait out the Matrix or a small thing there, but... Like, see, this actually makes more sense to me. So, see, this is kind of... This corner here, see how the Genji is far away from the cover. So, this is corner 1. This corner too. Okay, he's kind of between this
Yeah, he's
those
out in the
corners.
open.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you're looking for. I think a little bit more. If there's a commitment, your team can push that space, with enemy teams pushing your space. Doesn't matter. You guys fight for this space in the gates. So it's more more reasonable. 100%. He's using deflect, and then maybe he's not dying there, but at least it receives so much pressure, so he's not able to commit anything, and there's a high chance he might die in the future. Well, he gets some support there, but at least their soldier died, and then the Genji is low. Yeah, Genji dies anyway, right? Was quite in the open space. Let's see.
I was
Kind
trying
of
to
similar
get
to
to
D.Va,
the
right?
soldier.
Yeah, so it's just the intention is to sleep that soldier in the back, yeah? Right there?
Yeah.
Is he actively doing something at the moment? What do you think? Is it like...
No, he's not, but we have momentum, so I'm like, see, the way I think about, I mean, and maybe tell me if I'm wrong. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
it goes back also to the you know, when we were doing the Nate thing. Then afterwards I slept, but you remember back in the beginning when you were telling me about the Cass, that he needs to be a bit more forward for me to nade. The way I think about sleeps is, well, sleep has a low chance of really working unless somebody's diving me, right?
Right.
If it's not the tank.
Right.
So I kind of use it a bit loosely, so that because anyway I'll probably use it twice in a long fight like this. But the when I think about it is, for me, why I want to throw this is because I want to ease pressure and I want to keep building momentum. You know what I mean? If we were far away and nothing is happening and it's just us getting to know each other, I wouldn't do it. But here I have an enemy tank that's pushing. I've got so if I sleep the soldier in my head, then we can definitely push in and maybe overwhelm the Rhine and push them even back further. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like a momentum play. As not, I don't just think about the kill, but I think about the momentum.
I think it makes sense. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of break this down on. I usually like to.
It was definitely a mistake once I saw the Rhine going down. I think my brain didn't process the fact that a big ass German dude with a shield is in front of the soldier.
Right. Yeah. That's why it's just so important to look at the intentions. Yeah. Why is that the case? I think what you mentioned there makes sense. Okay, if we break it down, I usually like to say, use the terms poke phase and brawl phase. Okay, poke phase, brawl phase, and so poke phase is basically when both of the enemy and your team, you guys really far from each other. You can kind of keep building the momentum. You can throw you can throw abilities at the enemy a little bit more because you get the abilities back by the time when the brawl phase happens. But see, you about to have the brawl phase, and this round does this committed pressure, and see what we don't have now, right? You see what we don't. So it's kind of, I think, use the sleep dart, sure, but make sure you get it back on the brawl phase. That's one. And when the brawl phase is gonna happen, you guys gonna be doing something again. You can leverage your sleep dart, not just kind of it's okay, don't worry. Do not leverage it as a like just hit whatever, but maybe try to even take more aggressive positions, kind of more better angles on the map. And because you do that, enemy start pointing attention towards you. They will try to dab you, maybe, like let's say Reinhardt even will try to pin you or something. But once they do that, once they try to punish you, use your sleep dart one more time. So in the brawl phase, this is just kind of committed pressure, Here, poke face is just whatever kind of early pick. Just
Yeah.
if you hit
Early
that or not,
pressure.
yeah, just a little bit of
Ju-
pressure, but make sure you got it. And the brawl face right there. Wait for committed pressure like that. Usually it means for us kind of something's happening in our space. For example, here you guys pushing this. Okay, is exactly between this kind of. Let's maybe say this is corner 1, this is corner 2. This card here is between the corners. Committed pressure. Let's shut this down right there, and it's gonna be high chance of you probably forcing out a lot of the enemy resources. It's just maybe your Moira will not use this coalescence right away. Maybe you sleep and then nade, you kill the Ryan, then you coalescence later, so you keep building even better momentum this way, kinda, yeah. But it's okay, yeah, to use the Sleep Dart early. Just make sure, yeah, those brawl faces, if there's a commitment just like that, and you could be shutting that down. I think you use that. You have to deal with that. And maybe more commits, yeah. If you find okay, that's an easy kill or something, like get a kill on her. Maybe the sweeper commits again. That makes sense to me. This does makes more sense because there's committed pressure. Something is happening.
What the sleep you mean?
Oh yeah. Just overall, Well, you have to track their defensive, of course, but this is kind of. So what do we pointed towards? It's the Reaper or the Soldier? Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they're in the same line, but
yeah.
How the fuck does that not land?
Well, that happens too, I guess. Okay. But this is better anyway. Like whenever you have the sleep dart, it's just first of all the enemies they know you got it, so they gotta start thinking a little bit more about that, playing more defensive, which helps your team to build the momentum, kind of passively, take more space on the map, and because you got the sleep dart, you can take more aggressive positions. Here, I don't think you can go anywhere else. It's just this map is kind of linear, but you will find maybe on other maps. Even flanking, finding it as an option, taking off angles. Again, like even this point here, if I'm staying up here without my team, when my team is pushing the cart just right on the street, because it got your sleep dart, you can be confident that you're safe against something like the diva if you do everything properly. So this is how you think, just leveraging those aggressive angles, your sleep dart is allowing you to do that a little bit more comfortably. Let's see. And this is, well, it's just what do we hit there? I think you hit the you hit the you hit the card there, yeah.
Do I? Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, let's see. It's just but the intention is to hit the Reaper, I guess, right?
Yeah. The intention is that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know the soldier is there as well, so maybe if I'm lucky, I hit something.
No. It's just.
Do I hit the
it's a pixel. That's a pixel
oh
right
God.
there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it happens. I think it's kind of. If you think about that as well, like maybe here, if you got this option, just not entirely sure. Yeah, maybe can you stay in this room? For example, it's just still slightly longer range, but it's this kind of off angle, which gives you a chance to maybe land better sleep dart. I'm just thinking, yeah, what can you get? Because this specific point here, you don't have as many options. It's just kind of, again, you take better position, allows you to hit the sleep dart.
Here,
maybe. Yeah.
Here, I saw my team going in. Now you see me actually moving in. I'm trying to use. Yeah, there you go. Behind the pillars, actually, I'm trying to get.
Okay. And this is support on the Sig, sure. Can get the Moira, she's trapped, yeah. A bit more patience there, yeah, committed pressure just like that, yeah, just...
Yeah, the sleep, I should have maybe waited for it, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I guess I found multiple things. Okay, more committed pressure, it does matter nade or sleep dart. Specifically for the nade, it was one thing, but it might be useful, just mechanical one. Make sure you hit the nade not on the same level with their defensive abilities. Kind of, I'm gonna phrase it like off-angle nade. if that makes sense, you know. So
Mm.
you making it harder for them to turn their crosshair. If it's aligning with the enemy crosshair, your nade usually shouldn't be there. It's let's say the Genjis can deflect that, or maybe Ryan can also shield that, or again Sig can shield that, or Diva can matrix that. But if we do this off angle nade on the side where it requires them to move the crosshair, might be better just so you land more consistently. But it was not just the biggest problem. Yeah, I think it's just mostly committed pressure, longer range sightlines as well. Yeah, it's just about the positioning to me. Do you have any
Uh,
questions maybe, or everything's clear
no,
so far?
I mean, I don't see any big mistakes
Yeah,
when we're talking. I mean, also because kind of roll them in the
sure.
attack. Now it's the total opposite. You're gonna see.
All right.
It's like they never stop to push. So maybe here we'll be able, because I really want to get like the 2 or 3 things that I really need to work on. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Because here I actually think it was probably not the best replay I could send you, but honestly I didn't have any others. Because I think I played well and I communicated everything. It wasn't by mistake that the others were kind of like where I thought they would be.
Yeah, to be honest, it's always gonna be this way when we push in towards the high ranks, just seeing those small things you can be improving on, and then kind of polishing them more and more, getting better. So like here, right at the start, there's some early pressure, makes sense.
I saw the Diva. Otherwise, I would really try maybe for a nade or something, because I
Yeah,
have the Ash
that's
with
what
me.
I think.
But I saw the Diva. I'm like, no, she's gonna eat it.
But let's say she eats that. Yeah, like let's say even here she eats that. Aren't you gonna get your nade by the time the real fight happens?
Um, so
I see that.
I'm afraid they dive me.
Yeah. So right here, okay, that makes sense to me then. Yeah. So it's just the nade kind of allows you to stay aggressive here. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, they have an echo, but I don't know if they had a Genji like before. They have a 2-hero dive. You see the Ash going down. I'd be alone and I'd be naked.
Yeah. I think that makes sense in this case. Yeah, it's just why. I guess going back to our previous point, if possible, if you know there's an opportunity because you have good long range sightline, maybe they cannot dive you as well. You can throw your abilities early in a poke phase. It's just depending on your situation. Yeah, let's say you're here. Well, you can definitely do that. From here where you are, you don't, so it's okay if you hold the ability here. It's just
and that's my problem with this whole patch is that the survivability now. I just can't afford not to have both my cooldowns on if I get dived on. I mean, here this replay doesn't have any dive characters, right? They weren't diving me, right? They were.
oh, there's a diva, but yeah.
Yeah, but she wasn't really like. She wasn't being annoying to me, right? That's what I mean. So, but now when they're playing Winston and stuff, I found it so fucking difficult.
Right.
It's so annoying.
Exactly. Well, mostly against the divers, it's also your win condition is on a lot of times maintaining long range sightlines and kind of burning their cooldowns through them because they try to get to you. You know, they burn all their cooldowns. That's one. And
Yeah,
second,
they'll waste their jump and
exactly.
stuff like that. But
and your
yeah.
pressure as well. That's for the most part. That's it because you do pressure on them. They have to use their defensive or mobility to get out, and that is how you just get them most of the time, just kind of in this poke phase. Once they dive you, mostly it's just about how you use your sleep dart and have an escape route. But yeah, here's the diva. Okay, so right away, what do you think about the sleep there?
I think it's fine because she's out in the open, and this is still the poke phase, right? And I'm kind of like throw it. I don't know if I should have thrown that. I think I should have thrown it to the back where the DPSs are.
Yeah. I just yeah.
But given that the kind of the Kree kind of left, like went to the other side, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great.
Yeah. I think because okay, why it's important for you because I think it's okay to do this type of nade, but the problem is usually you do those type of nades when somebody's in open if they're really killable. Like this is good because most of your team can apply pressure on the diva. However, because it's a tank, usually it's gonna be pretty tough for you to get a kill on them. So what usually is gonna happen? If it's good tank, especially, they will try to reset and then push you. This diva, she didn't reset, but she still pushed you, and see what happens with your position there. Okay, so see this. She's gonna pressure 3, 2, 1, fly in right away. But a diva would reset, of course, take the HP back and cooldowns back, and then push. But see what happens with your positioning now. Then, yeah, of course, it's it might be not too big of a deal, but what if we have this better position, maintain it because of the sleep dart, because you got it at the better time, yeah? Like when this pressure happens, you can kind of be more confident, you know, staying at your position, and then you can get to pressure this here earlier, yeah?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The sleep was good. I think the nade could have been better, especially if it was on a squishy rather than the tank. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but even with the sleep, it's still maybe waiting for the better committed pressure, just like that. It's even better for you. So like once they enter the space.
So you think that the sleep even I should have waited?
Probably.
Okay.
At least against the tank here. Why? Because he has big defensive resources. Because I'm saying, like, let's say here, better divas, they would just wait, stabilize, and then push you in again, but you don't have your sleep dart. Yeah, and this is where you have to give up the position.
Go back? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
If you can go back to when I slept her, please.
Yeah.
Just a second. Because I mean that's the same point as what I said before. The way I think about it is momentum as well. But then again, tell me if I'm wrong. Really, like I'm not saying that you're wrong.
No. Yeah,
I'm just asking.
It's a good conversation.
So here's how I think about it. Right, I slept her, and because of that sleep, these guys were engaging, but now the soldier is naked.
Mm-hmm.
The backline they're also kind of naked. They're, you know, I created the space for my team that now they can actually like push in or be more aggressive. Like if I think about it this way, I should have tried to nade maybe the soldier that you see there, and then honestly my Ash should really kill her, right?
Yeah. So see, okay, all of this makes sense.
But all of this is possible because there's no diva.
Right.
For a few seconds.
Yeah, exactly. We just want to look at the better timing. That's what I'm saying. So like here, that makes sense. But she's not entering your space. That's why it's gonna be harder for you to punish that. So see what she's doing, by the way. She's using her boosters right there. I think she's gonna fly in, and she's about to do that probably. Let her do that and sleep her slightly later. Just slightly later, better pressure on the diva. That's one, and you also gonna be more confidently maintaining your positions because now you rushed it too hard. So see, this is the moment of the brawl phase actually, and this is the moment where it's just about to happen. The enemy is about to take angles A, the diva is about to fly from angle B, and it feels more it feels uncomfortable. You have to give up the position sometimes.
You're right.
So I'm saying, like, you can maybe even throw your sleep dart. Well, okay, because you're here, I don't think you do, but let's say we would be staying at this position. You can use your early sleep dart, nade, get it back. When the brawl phase happens, let them slightly in, okay, and use your sleep, I think. Just so it helps your positioning as well, because see, all this pressure you could be doing on these guys there, but because you're down there, it's a little bit harder. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's just I'm trying to connect those 2 points with long range sidelines and how your sleep dart can help you to maintain those positions as well. It's just really important because all the safety as well, the pressure thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, you have to give up the space, and then again, trying to set up.
I try to save them. I was calling out 3, 2, 1, but yeah, my Moira.
Yeah,
My Moira got excited over the 3-2-1. I mean,
right. I guess I guess this point of time, because you guys are setting, this is okay to me overall, because you're in this exact poke phase, so it's like this type of nade. This is where you can maybe get the momentum back, yeah, because you did the sleep. Maybe you can wait for your nade though before
yeah, I should have
doing
waited.
all that.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice the nade. Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
1 second more would have. Yeah.
Yeah, even in a poke phase, still the timing matters, but this makes sense. You get the sleep dart back when the brawl phase happens one more time. Definitely think. Yeah, you guys have to reset at this point, but you got your sleep dart right here. If the pressure happens, you can do something on the map. Yeah. Yeah, now
Yeah.
they kind of snowball. Yeah, so see, like, this is much better. Now, this is a commitment. She actually flies in. Let her use the cooldown as well fully. Yeah, she flies in here. You sleep that. And you do it on the side as well. See, she's pointing across it there. It's going to be harder to eat. Okay, maybe you're not even realizing that sometimes, see, when you're in those moments, but it's just all of the things together allows you to easily sleep, and there's a high chance you might be punishing this diva, maybe forcing out the bomb or something like that. Just position yourself. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's okay. You can maybe give up a little more space potentially, like right there, but you know.
Yeah, go backwards.
Yeah, probably. You guys
Yeah.
getting pushed really hard.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought that the Sigma would survive, but yeah, that's why I didn't go back. I still thought it was winnable.
Yeah, so here, this small thing with the matrix still can be useful. Yeah, bait with the punch.
With the
think.
punch.
Yeah. The good divas, they always sleep, unless the diva's really close range to you. They're really in your face. It might be harder because just projectile.
Yeah, they have good reflexes.
Yeah. At this range, even Rhine players like me, for example, confidently I can block that sleep dart. But it's just because it's harder. Because of this distance, and they are not, you know.
Yeah, you give them time to react.
Yeah. This is a good. Might be interesting, like, to just use your mechanics. See, okay, maybe throw them off, let them use matrix. Then they're not clicking the matrix. You can start sleeping that again. Maybe get a little bit closer range as well. Yeah, you guys getting snowballed at this point. Well.
Yeah, snowballed hard. I told you. But we stabilize.
Just instantly this though, so it's doesn't matter what point. Just constantly making sure you maintain the long range potential. So instead of maybe going to here,
go a bit further back.
Yeah. So you still gonna have the sidelines on everything. It's just in case. So you're forcing the enemy's attention. Maybe this diva will try to hard commit towards you. Well, this is really nice. Your team can kind of live a little bit longer.
I create enough anger.
Yeah. All of you guys just stuck in the same space. It's sometimes it's really concerning.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're pushing them back. Okay. This sleep dart is fine. Poke phase, sleep dart. This is fine.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm throwing it. Whatever. Yeah.
This is good. Exactly. Whatever they do. Like now, they push you. They're probably gonna die. So
I was yelling at them to come back.
Right. Well, you can. Well, this diva actively committed, so it's okay if they kind of stay and maybe shoot her. I think at this point you should be actually shooting this a little bit more as well.
I was trying to get the soldier actually with that.
Yeah. Okay. Now the diva should be dying because they're committing way too hard. Okay. Here comes the committed pressure. You got your sleep dart back. You're in a brawl phase. You just want to find a good opportunity to like hit. Yeah. It's just
that's so sad.
whiffing it a little. Okay. But this is fine. The intention is fine. You kind of let him.
He actually stopped moving. He actually stopped moving.
Yeah. I think at this point you can maybe this is the point where you can maybe even start using it slightly earlier. Oh, this is alright. Yeah, this is alright.
I wanted him to
Intention is good.
pass. I wanted him to pass and do it
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah. I like this more actually. Like this is what you need to do more. I think the most sleeps with you, we had the problem where it's just been too early in the pro phase. Now this makes more sense. I think it's just why he in specific I don't like maybe pushing him past the corner because Junkrat was using Tara there. So maybe you can sleep dart him right here just before he breaks the sideline. But this is good. This is good intention overall. Like much better. Yeah, you probably should be killing him there as well if you land
Yeah.
the shot there. But
Yeah, I
it's
miss.
alright.
Yeah.
It's alright. Okay. Committed pressure. Sure. Can see that. Okay, got the sleep dart. Nice. Yeah, this short range, if you're really face to face, it's easier for you to sleep dart. When she has the distance versus you, then yeah, usually try to bait slightly a little bit more. Okay, you guys won it. Okay. Some early pressure on this corner.
Yeah, honestly, here there's I don't think a lot of things to learn from there, honestly. But
Well, still there's some.
no, because basically it's like that for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and this is good. Easy to fix. You see the problem now. You see the problem with this. Well, this sleep dart here. Yeah, can you look for the better one? Can you wait for the enemy to be even more committed here, potentially?
yeah, I
Just
can, yeah.
slightly, yeah. Just waiting for them to kind of be between those corners here. Corner 1, corner 2, maybe. Oh, just not necessarily in between, but leaning towards the in between. They push more, and then I start using the sleep dart because this gives them no chance but to take damage all the time, all the time. All the time they're taking pressure. It's gonna be easier. One of maybe something else what might be useful is keeping an eye on who is using their cooldown, so they are stuck in the animation. Like whatever they do, let's say Cassidy, well, it's usually applicable to something like dive characters, maybe Ball, Islam and Nin, maybe Winston is using Leap. It's easier for you to predict and sleep that because they're stuck in animation. They're stuck in just whatever they do. Maybe Reinhardt's using 5-strike as well, so it becomes a bit easier. And additionally, aiming towards the corners, where do you expect them to be? So because you're
retreat to,
yeah. So even when they're gonna be pushing you one corner to another, see you're pointing your crosshairs slightly to the left. Instead of that, you should be pointing towards slightly to the right because this is their corner where they're retreating to. Yeah, it just makes it easier for you to hit the sleep dart because it's projectile. You have to predict, and it just there's a tendency usually enemies they will try to hide behind the corner. Okay, so we're trying to aim towards those a little bit more.
Right.
It shouldn't be that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I think there are those kind of mechanical points. Well, we have some minutes left. Maybe we can summarize, and if you have any questions, you can ask me those. Yeah. But to start with, what we got out of today so far?
No, I mean maybe the next time I find a dive like against the dive team because this is where I really struggle. I mean,
sure.
I think in this game the positioning was not bad. I mean, yeah, I can do longer sights and stuff, but there's no big mistake. I think it was a good game overall.
Yeah.
But I really struggle against like something like a Winston a lot. I find that they buffed him like it's crazy. Like Anna like for Kiriko and for Brig, yeah, sure. But Anna, I feel like I'm a bit naked in front of a Winston.
Yeah, sure.
Or a coordinated tracer ball kind of thing as well. That is like I automatically swap. I don't even try. But okay, so regarding this
Mhm.
replay, the brawl versus poke thing,
Yeah.
not to be too hasty or waste the cooldowns too early on, and that's a bit something that I've picked up from watching Awkward, who's like,
Oh yeah,
you've
you.
got it, you've got to use it, you've got to use it, and it's kind of like
Right,
that. That's
right,
what I've been trying to
right,
do as
right.
well.
Yeah, it's useful mindset for the most of the players, but not for you anymore. Why? Because you higher percentage than the average base. You like top 10% or around something, maybe 10, 15, because you reach GM. Yeah, so it's not applicable to you anymore. You have to pay attention to timings slightly more,
Okay.
and you might even notice with Awkward when he's playing in top 500. He's being more mindful and a lot of times holding the abilities when he's getting pushed. But this is yeah, for average players, this
I mean,
is
the fucker is
might
so
be
good
yeah.
mechanically. I mean, he can play without cooldowns and still win the game. But
Yeah, there's also a good point. Yeah, the movement a lot of times and all of the pressure he's doing with the normal fire also saves his life a lot of times. Yeah, so it's really more nuanced than that. Yeah,
yeah,
damage. Well, it's
Eh,
applicable to average. Like it's good. Well, it's a good direction. Let's say that, but it's got
it's
to
a
be
good
more nuanced.
mentality. But
Mhm.
yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, got to be more nuanced for sure. Right. Okay.
So that's the first takeaway, the poke versus brawl thing. The
Mhm.
second
I
takeaway
like it.
is
Yeah.
the trying to take maybe longer paths sometimes, but just like longer sightlines.
Sure. Yeah, this is what I see as well. Yeah, longer sightlines. Try to maintain long range sightlines a little bit more. And important note about it is your sleep allows you to stay on the angle longer. You can be more confident that you're not gonna
Mm.
get pushed or something. You can stay alive and feel free, I think. Yeah, this can be a good thing to do. Like that example on the high ground when the diva tried to push you, yeah, you don't have to use the sleep dart right away, but kind of let her in slightly, use the sleep slightly later, so you get even more pressure down and you can more confidently stay at your position. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's that, yeah. With the
I,
nade,
I, I
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just saying, and with the nades, it's also the same. Waiting for the committed pressure and then
Yeah,
using it.
yeah, that's what I meant by the brawl versus poke phase. Like,
Of course.
be more patient to when they actually engage
Mhm.
a bit more, because I'm a bit too hasty. The awkward thing to use it when you have it, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say these are the two main things that that
Mhm.
that that I noted. But I guess a third thing would be try to take off angles more, which I think I do. Like, this is technically an off angle, but
Yeah, you do. Yeah, mhm.
yeah, but do it a bit more often, or or yeah.
Yeah, what I saw, it's kind of connected to long range sightlines. You do take off angles, I think. Just make sure you do take longer range a little bit more. So
Okay.
you still have the sightlines on the fight where the fight is happening. It's just slightly easier for you because you have longer range sightlines and all of that. Yeah. Just I'm gonna
Yeah.
write it down. Yeah. Like taking positions, taking high grounds, have good line of sight. Um, on your team, the enemy team is always valuable. Small things about mechanics. Well, you can apply that as well if you like. Just do off angle nade. Well, I think this is most applicable a lot
Mm,
of times.
mm.
Just off angle, off angle nade on the side away from their crosshair. So away from crosshair because you want to make it harder for them to block the nade. Another thing,
Yeah,
also.
and be a bit unpredictable with it, because they
Yep.
see me, they'll try to hide, right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's just you also notice when they stuck an animation or something, makes it easier for you to use that. And with the sleep, you can bait defensive with melee, and then sleep dart after. It's just again mechanical, but yeah, you can do it a little bit more, especially against characters like Diva. Yeah, we've seen some of the situations where it could be useful.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any final questions?
Um, I I'm trying to climb right now, so I've hit It's been depressing. I mean, I was
Well.
so when I first started, I went to Diamond to Master 4 quite quickly, and then I dropped down to Diamond 2 or something. But that's literally